I think Kelly should have this.
Okay, well, we're joined this hour by Mr. Femi Onoka, which is the MD, Anke Solutions Limited. Thank you indeed for coming on the program. You are making very weighty allegations around a particular trip and the Minister of Youth. Yes. So perhaps you should just walk us through the backstory as to what exactly are you trying to say to Nigerians? What has played out exactly? Walk us through the backstory very, very briefly about what has happened.
Okay, thank you very much. Around December, January last year, a group came out with a brief regarding a government-sponsored program for young entrepreneurs and business people, a UK summit as it were, to meet with investors in diaspora. And it was seen by many as a very laudable position. It was marketed by Mrs. Agamon of Moriko Limited in partnership with a comrade Iyere, who had a program called YOTC, but YOTC has since transformed to NEEDEP and YEDEP. It was claimed that the program was in partnership with the federal government and the Federal Ministry of Youth Development. Participants were requested to pay some sum to facilitate the stuff. They went to Abuja and were received at the Federal Secretariat, the Federal Ministry of Youth Development office. After making the payments and all, they were given some documents and applications were made to the UK office. It turned out actually that it was all false. The documents were false. There was no meeting set up in the UK, so the monies collected from them was really a setup to defraud them.
So who collected these monies?
The monies was collected through the recruiting agency, Moriko Limited, Mrs. Agomon, and our partner is Comrade Kennedy Iyere. Incidentally, the Comrade chap goes around the country promising youth empowerment, speaking against the government, we're going to fight government, we're going to do posturing in that position. And the leverage he has is that he has an MOU with the Ministry of Youth Development. Now, this MOU is really on the part of the Ministry of Youth Development to facilitate, but it's also being used now as a conduit for defrauding innocent Nigerians who are looking for better opportunities as, espoused by government initiatives. The real thing we are against and why we're coming out on this matter, bringing it to light, is that there's a massive leverage and there are several folks like this, just like the IDME, PFI, FC situation, that there are several individuals who are leveraging government position, government opportunities to defraud people, to defraud the system. And the sad part about what they are doing is we now come to the conclusion that is it a question of collusion, right? Because for the case in question, the NEEDEP, YEDEP position that people were defrauded with, the minister was at a meeting on, I think it was March 27, 2025, at Radisson Blue in VI, in the presence of other banks and supporters as well. So it gave a legitimacy to the program, and people who
were Minister of Youth Development, Mr.
Olawande,
he interfaced with.
Yes, he was there. I have provided Mr. Oshobojo with some of the reference.
Okay, that's the videos we're seeing on the screen.
Yeah, so that's the chap there. So the minister was there. It gave legitimacy to the stuff.
I'm not sure I can see the minister there. Okay.
Yeah, that's the minister.
That's the minister there.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. So it gave legitimacy to the entire program, because when you find the minister is there and you find the people there, and then some of the documents that the chap also gave them to submit to the UK embassy to process the visa, it carried the minister's name, carried representation from the Ministry of Development. We have now subsequently gone to see to inform the ministry regarding that. We have gone to see the ministry, spoken with representatives of the ministry and minister to some level regarding that. And when we discussed them, said that there's only an MOU. So if just on the basis of MOU, innocent Nigerians have been exposed to incidents of fraud such as this, getting defrauded. The chap actually even took, after collecting money for the visa processing and all, he actually took money for air flight tickets for a year to be issued visa, right? Claiming that he has a partnership with, I don't know if it's Arik or Hero Contractors, or I mean one of these airlines to help, take people there. And when we reached out to they said that there was no actual push to either force the arrest and prosecution of this person and help people to recover their funds. So it gives people the suspicion that it's either a case of collusion, right, between members of the ministry, without laying accusations at anyone directly, but it's a case of collusion or a case of gross incompetence, right, that in the drive to seem like you're doing something, right, you are actually exposing people to more dangers. Now, these are the ones that I have been closely aware of. I know that the chap, Comrade Iyere, was in Enugu sometime this year. He was launching YEDEP again, and the ministry was also present. He was still flaunting the same partnership with the ministry and everything. Banks are involved in the program. It will tell people to go and open bank accounts and stuff like that. I know they did the same thing. One of his partners, the Mrs. Agamadi recruiter, Moriko Limited. I recently got in touch with representatives of the Edo State government as well to inform them that this person is actually doing, because she was advertising a seminar in partnership with another state government. So there are a number of people who are using access and as a leverage to defraud people, to present legitimacy, like they're trying to help.
So these individuals that you have mentioned, the recruiter and Mr. Iyere.
Yeah, Comrade Kennedy Iyere.
Comrade Kennedy Iyere. Do they identify themselves as officials of the Ministry of Youth Development with the mandate to promote this yielded program?
So what they have presented themselves as are that they are in partnership, direct partnership with the Ministry of Youth Development. And the ministry is often well represented at their programs, which gives some form of legitimacy to their claims. The ones that were defrauded that I talked about, they had an interview and screening at the Federal Secretariat in Abuja.
In Abuja?
Yes, so it gives some legitimacy. And then when you go for programs, you see the ministry represented. In the case that was presented, you see the minister being present. He gives some form of assurance, that this thing is real. In fact, if you check the Ministry of Information on their website, YEDEP, when it launches a program, they promote it as if it's a government, backed program. So anyone that just goes on a cursory review will just see, it's recognized by the federal government. Go ahead and it's an initiative to help youths and all those things, and that's how it is presented. And in today's climate that people are looking for better opportunities, a lot of youths are disillusioned with the system. When things like this happen, it creates a deeper mistrust of the entire system. So if you're that you're having youth initiatives to help people, you're having a business initiative to help people, but it is being used as a problem.
So let's manage our time. This round of the wider program that you are aware of, that you are bringing to light, how many people are you saying have been defrauded?
I have a list.
And do you know them personally?
Yes, I have a list. About 20 people were defrauded through that particular case of fraud. We can use the word alleged, but as someone who has some of the evidence and can be presented, we have actually spoken with Alagon. We spoke with Area F, right, and got an invitation for Comrade Iyere, but he declined to show up. So, and both of them, just...
So we're going to leave this in the realm of allegation, and this is a direct invitation to Comrade Iyere and the recruiter.
Kennedy is running as a senatorial candidate
and the
under
recruiter.
Accord Party in Edo State. The recruiter, Mrs. Agamo of Moriko Limited, she's running as, she's saying that she's a liaison with the Edo State government currently, trying to help them do this.
So this is an automatic invitation. They have a right of reply on this particular one.
Yes, so that's what we should also, yes, we should also, it would also be nice if the ministry itself, and all, not just this particular ministry, all MDAs, when you position yourself as partners with program executors, there's a bit more due diligence being done, to remove...
We're totally out of time, Chief. Yes, we're totally out of time, but the point is well noted. Kelly. All right. Well, we have to leave it here, and it's only just interesting because we're only trying to deal with one scandal, and then we're having to perhaps see another alleged scandal. But Femi Onokonres, the MD, Nuzanke Solutions Limited, I was going to ask you perhaps what your interest is, but we are totally pressed for time. We'll take a moment now. When we come back, we'll switch gears to our last conversations. We're back in just a moment. Everyone, please stay with us.